All wings report in.
HouseDog, standing by.
Mother Goose, standing by.
Lowtech Tuck, standing by.
Lock S-foils in attack position. Animal Squadron ready for battle.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Animal Squadron podcast. You're here with your hairiest host, Mother Goose.
And Lowtech Tuck.
Today
Back at it.
Oh, sorry.
I just said back at it here again. That's it. That's all.
Back at
You're
it
good.
again.
I'm getting bullied, getting stepped on
I
verbally.
know, I'm sorry. It's already started. Today we're talking about episode 12 of The Mandalorian, The Siege. I like this episode. Not a lot happens. I mean, it's an important episode for like setting other stuff up, but it in itself, I feel like wasn't too crazy. What were your kind of just general thoughts on it?
I mean, first of all, I think this is the coolest getting the ship fixed montage I've ever seen in my life. Because that's why they go to Nervaros to get the ship fixed. So it's just all this stuff happens just because he has to get the ship fixed.
Right. Sorry,
this is sweet.
I started to panic because I thought I was thinking very literal that there was an actual short montage of the guys in the jumpsuits fixing the ship, and I was like, how have I missed it 4 or 5 times? I have never seen this scene once.
That's because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, but no, I completely agree. It is a very cool episode.
Yeah. Actually, on that note, with the montage thing, I think Star Wars should get into a reality TV show with the guys who fix the ships, the mechanics, and do kind of a what was that show on Discovery where they made motorcycles? It was Orange County Choppers was the brand name. And it was a son and a dad that owned a shop together, and they would always get in fights and yell at each other, you know? They should do they should do a Star Wars live action reality TV show about the guys who fix the planes.
I would love that, honestly.
And they take themselves way too seriously, and they have egos the size of Manhattan. I think that'd be awesome.
Could also be have you watched, what is it, Star Trek Lower Decks, the animated series?
No.
I've only seen a little bit of it, but I could see something like that working. It's just an animated comedy set it's about the background characters on a Star Trek ship instead of the main crew.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, actually, I think that would work really well for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Huh.
Dave Filoni, get working on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could make it not even canon, and I would watch it and thoroughly enjoy it. Yeah. It'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we start out with Grogu fixing and then breaking the ship.
Yeah, this reminded me a lot of I don't remember which one came first, but in Guardians of the Galaxy, the second one, when Rocket's trying to talk Groot through not blowing all of them up. He has no idea. Yeah, it's kind of same energy, same chaotic energy. I loved it.
Yeah, just Din's like, don't put those together. Don't do it. And he just slowly brings them together and starts shocking himself.
Yeah, that was very funny. And also, dude, hats off to that puppeteer, too. Whoever was doing that. Because he looked like he, really was, shocking himself.
Shocking. Yeah, he did really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry. I really thought I'd be back on the Grogu train by this episode, but I'm not. I'm just not.
You're probably like, that stupid little baby. I could have fixed that ship.
How dare that baby not know how to wire things properly?
That stupid dumb little baby. The little frog eating dumb little baby.
Those things were sentient. They were alive.
You know what? I'm gonna call him a spoon because he's not very sharp.
Got him. Roasted. I think my next note is I just love how important that Navarro's becoming. You know, like we see it a couple times in season 1, and they totally could have never shown it again, never gone back, but it kind of becomes this like central hub for the series, and I really like that.
Yeah, it's our new Tatooine, which I'm a fan of.
Yeah, for sure. I could definitely see them visiting it in other projects too.
Yeah, why not? I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I mean, if you go though in future projects, I really hope they go back to like Navarro City and like we see like Grief later and stuff. I think that'd be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then we get a scene of Kara doing what she does best, and that's beating people up.
Yeah. Well, and actually one of my favorites, my favorite part of that scene is, did you see in the very beginning where she grabs the guy's blaster, makes him shoot his friends, and then proceeds to use him as a human shield twice?
I know, she's savage. God.
Even including too, like, like she uses him as a human shield. They shoot him a couple times, and like she drops him, and then she's fighting other guys, and then she picks him back up and uses him as a shield again, and then like throws him at somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, savage.
Who needs Beskar when I could just use other people as a human shield?
And also as a weapon.
Exactly.
Big fan. Also, I really miss Kara. I'm really glad I got to see her again.
Same. I doubt we'll ever see her again, at least with that actress, but it'd be nice.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Also, that weasel meerkat thing, I want one. It's so cute.
Dude, just get a ferret. It's the same thing. It's just a tube rat. That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, if you do get a ferret, I'm not coming over to your house. I hate ferrets. Hate them with a passion.
Okay. I've heard I've never, like, I think they're cute, but I've never actually seen one in person. I've heard they're really stinky. Like, that's the main reason I don't get
Also,
one.
they are chaotic, dude. Well, actually, okay. Backtrack. The one I was around was very chaotic.
Very chaotic.
Like, dude, as soon as that little dude got out of his cage, he'd start like trying to bite your toes. Like he'd like find your toes and he'd just taste you, like just trying to eat your toes, dude. It was awful, and it made me hate ferrets forever.
That's fair. You've got the ferret trauma.
Scared the crap out of me. Also, too, like, no shame, I was an adult. I was like 22 years old, and it scared the crap out of me.
And there's that like, there's got to be some guilt, right? Of like, this thing's attacking me, but it's so tiny and fragile. I can't like kick it to defend myself.
Oh no! If I could catch it, I would have kicked it. In fact, I kind of wanted to shoot it, but yeah. You mess with my toesies, you're gonna get something back, dude. Not good.
Okay, just for you, Tucker. I'll never get a ferret.
Don't you ever get a ferret. We're gonna have to only meet at restaurants whenever I come to town.
This is the way. No more Arabic food for you.
No, we can go to an Arabic place, just not to where the ferret is. That would be my rule.
That's totally fair. Let's see. I don't have anything till later. Do you have anything with her and like the Mandalorian showing up?
Well, whenever the Mandalorian gets there, then like it's a fun like homecoming scene, I guess. I don't know. I don't really have anything like, I mean, there's nothing like groundbreaking with. Oh, actually, I will say, when did Grief Karga become like such a kid guy?
Yeah.
The way that he handles like Grogu's like, come here, little guy. You know, I thought that was really like interesting. I was like, there's really no hint of that in any other scene that I can think of.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of out of character for him, but I like it. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of funny.
I guess when you almost die for the thing, you know, it's got to be some attachment.
Yeah. Well, and also too, I mean, you know, even some hardened criminals still are compassionate with children. I mean, you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot Grief was a criminal.
Yeah. You know, even men of great violence sometimes are compassionate also. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's a really basic shot, but I really do like the shot as like the Razor Crest is coming down and we just get the wide shot of the city with Kara and Grief walking towards the ship. It's super simple, but I don't know. I just really like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Grief has, a sweet new outfit. He's got a new cape.
Got a new cape.
Black and red cape with white trim. And Kara looks the exact same.
Yeah.
But Grief Karga, he's got the drip. I like it.
Of course.
Yep.
And, he stays dripping, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I mean, Carl Weathers just in general.
Yeah.
He's a man.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, next thing I have is that they put Grogu in school.
Yep. And then he steals cookies.
Immediately becomes the school bully. What is going on with this kid?
Yeah, he's stupid little 50-year-old baby. Stupid little
he's 50
cookie
years
stealing
old
baby.
and stealing cookies from kids.
Oh, excuse me. That makes it way funnier too. Is that like, this kid's getting bullied by a 50-year-old baby.
Yeah. There's a video of this like school bus driver, and he like throws a kid out of the bus door, and all these adults get super pissed at him, and then he grabs the kid and like takes the hood off, and it's somebody with dwarfism.
Really? Like he was
like
a
this
man?
Adult man had pretended to be a kid to get on this like little like middle school bus.
Oh my gosh, that's wild, dude.
Yeah, and that's what the scene made me think of as Grogu steals this kid's cookies.
With his magic force powers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was funny, but soft-hearted Mother Goose.
Yeah.
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 I love that about you.
It was funny.
Yeah.
I'm still salty about the egg thing.
Yeah.
Maybe next episode I'll love Grogu again.
I mean, you'll find it. You'll find it sometime.
Yeah.
Also,
It'll swing back
we'll get to
around.
where, when Grogu leaves, I'm sure you'll love him when he's gone.
Yeah, for
Yep.
sure. For that, whole 5 minutes.
Kind of sounds like you wanted it to be longer. I'm kind of worried that you don't like Grogu right now. That it might be
Not
permanent.
right now.
No, it seems like it'll be permanent.
It might be permanent. No, I stand by it. I really liked Book of Boba Fett. They shouldn't have brought Grogu back in that series.
Oh yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, because like what we were talking about a couple episodes ago, like it kind of sucks you have to watch 2 shows to get the entire timeline of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have just like started the Book of Boba Fett with him calling the Mandalorian and being like, "Hey, bestie, I'm gonna hire you to come work for me for a little bit,"
Yeah.
and then just made it that be Mandalorian season 3, him just working for Boba Fett for a season.
I think that would have been kind of cool. And
Yeah.
just have like loosely the same show,
Yeah,
but just call it Mandalorian season 3. Yeah.
I could see it working. I don't think we would have got as much in depth on what happened between with Boba Fett between like him getting out of the Sarlacc pit and where he is now, but honestly, there was a lot of fluff in that series that probably could have been cut out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, because like you could have gotten the same idea if you just showed him living with the Tuskens for like 20 minutes. I think we would have all understood that the Tuskens helped save him.
Right. Right.
3 episodes, while entertaining, they didn't necessarily have to happen. But we did get some gold. Like, all the memes of like a panther, like that kind of stuff. I mean, that's
The 360 spin.
we got some sweet memes out of it, so I'll take it.
Yeah. Okay. Next thing I have isn't till Mythrol. Do you have anything?
No, not really. They just put our boy Grogu in school, and then here we are.
Yeah, so my only note is, one, I guess it's nice seeing him again, because he was, in the episode 1.
Yeah. Oh,
but then,
actually, I watched the recap right before, and I had forgotten that he's in this episode, so I was like, why on earth is that guy in this recap?
The recap.
Like,
I was thinking the same thing.
Like that was a season ago, and then boom, there he is.
The only thing I really wanted to point out is he gets nervous and he like shoots out this like. My initial thought was that it was pollen, but him being a fish creature, it was probably like a water mist.
Yeah, it reminded me of like when a dog or a cat or something like expresses their glands.
Yeah.
You know, and how it always just like, even like after they mist or whatever, it's a disgusting smell, you know? Like that's kind of more what I pictured, is that he was so nervous he like expressed his glands in his neck, and that probably just a disgusting smell came out.
Probably was stinky.
Stinky fish boy.
Yeah, and then I don't have anything till they actually like have their meeting.
Yeah, me neither.
So we've got an imperial base that has a quote unquote skeleton crew. And a bunch of weapons in there that they want to take out.
Yep, so that Navarro can finally be free.
Yeah.
Yep.
No more imperial remnant for them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and also I thought it was cool, like it just kind of highlights Kara's achievements beforehand, because like they were showing the entire area that's a green zone like completely safe. And it's huge. Yeah. It's like probably an eighth of the planet. Like it's massive. And then outside of it, they're like, you know, it's pretty safe. But then like here's the problem, and it's just like boom, the one base.
One little tiny area.
And it was like, if we take it out, the entire planet will be safe.
Yeah.
That blew my mind, dude. Like Kara's been kicking butt, and I love it.
Yeah, and it's just so nice to see like Navarro was not this safe last season.
Not even close. Also, one thing I like too is this is also, we'll get into this later, but this is also the episode where they teased New Republic Rangers for the first time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure excited for that. Hope that doesn't get canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, like I just thought it was cool that they were like, you know, kind of building that up. Even at the beginning, like they're building up that Kara's been doing all these achievements and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been the marshal.
So, I mentioned this before we start recording, but I don't really have a lot of notes. Literally my next note is just Imperial Base.
Oh.
For the next like 20 minutes of episode, that's all I wrote was Imperial Base.
Well, I will try to keep us walking through chronologically. We might get out of order, but it's all right. We'll figure it out. But so first things first, it cuts to them, and by them I mean Greef, Kara, Mando, and Mythrol, and they're in Mythrol's speeder.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it's also really funny too how big of a weenie he's being. You know, I think it's really like he's just so like a good example is he goes, okay, well, where should I drop you guys off? And stuff. And Grief's like, how about the front door? And he's like, well, you know, I don't know if I should, you know, and then he's like, well, I'll knock 100 years off your sentence.
Yeah.
And then,
what was the sentence? It was like 327?
Thought it was 350 years.
Oh, might have been 350, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe it was like a quarter of his life. Maybe that was it. I don't remember, but it's a long time. It's hundreds of years.
Yeah, for sure.
Because in this episode, actually, like 130 get knocked off for this one thing. So I mean, I can't imagine that because the time he still has left is probably longer than Greef Karga will be alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, or else he wouldn't be doing this. So, anyways, yeah. So he agrees to knock off this time, and then also I love to, and we'll see it later on through the show, but Kara's dynamic with him, like she just manhandles him, even though he's being such a ween, and I love it. So
yeah.
Yep. So they get.
I do have.
Oh, what? Go.
I do have a feeling like if he comes back, because they're maybe not necessarily treating him the best, that he may or may not turn into a villain at some point.
All I have to say is, ooh, I'm shaking if he turned into a villain.
It's more like
I think it'd be kind of funny.
Turn them in to the Empire.
Yeah, he would do something weenie like that. I could see it.
Yeah, he wouldn't actually take arms against them.
No.
Watch him become a Jedi,
or else
in Luke's New Order.
He's fighting Imperials and he expresses his glands again because he's scared. Oh.
Okay, sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
Yeah, no, you're good. Then right after they get to the front door, and again Mithral's complaining the whole time, and they all get out, and he goes, "Okay, well, like, what time should I come back?" And then Grief's like, "No, you took us to the front door. Now you're gonna help us into the front door, get that cutter thing out."
And not only that, like they told him earlier, like keep the speeder running.
Yeah. Right. Like he's just being a weenie. And so then while he's trying to cut, Din looks up and sees a dock. And so he hits his jetpack and flies up on that dock. And then Mithral's still trying to cut. And all of a sudden we see a stormtrooper fall down. Like he screams until he hits the ground. And like clearly Din had thrown him off the dock and killed him.
Yeah.
And then the elevator door opens and Grief and Kara get in the elevator, and then Mithral's like, "Well, I'm gonna sit in the speeder." And then Kara says, "Well, okay, when high tide comes, when high lava tide comes, we'll throw a rope to you."
Yeah.
And then he just like sprints into the elevator real quick.
Right.
Yep. And then they get
guy.
up there and they discover that Din has probably killed like 4 stormtroopers at this point.
Yeah, and I love his like salty comment of skeleton crew, huh?
Yeah.
So what I didn't realize, they probably said it earlier in the episode, but I didn't realize until about here that they were actually coming to blow the whole place up.
Yeah. They say, I think all that Grief says is just, "I want it off my planet."
Yeah.
So I think they kind of imply they're going to destroy it, but they don't really say.
Yeah. Because Mithral says, "Oh, this certain thing, that's name I totally remember, that's worth a lot on the black market." And Grief's like, "Well, it's going to get incinerated with the rest."
Oh, gotcha. Wait. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember enough to say this, but I think it would have been funny if he's looking at one of those like mining train car things that they take later and said
that. They steal
that would
later?
have been
Yeah.
funny, but I don't remember if he says that or not.
I don't remember what he was looking at. Let's see. And then they fight some more and they find their way to the and it's just a lava pit.
Yeah, but also as they get closer to the lava pit, you start to realize that this is not a skeleton crew. Like there's a bunch of stormtroopers in here.
Yeah, and I really like how they handle it, because like sure they could have just walked in and there'd be a whole battalion of stormtroopers, but like as they get further in, there's just more and more people, and there shouldn't be.
Right? Yeah. And so then they get to the reactor room, and yeah, it's just that lava pit thing. And then Mithral is, I mean, to be fair, I think I would be a weenie in this situation too. But
Me too.
But he's like, "There's no guard railing on this thing," and he climbs up over it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking Din should be the one to do it. He has a jetpack.
Yeah, but also I think it's pretty clear that they don't really care that much if Mithral lives or dies.
Yeah. He's not a part of the team.
No. He's here simply because Grief cannot trust him by himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then they have the so he sets it, they start running away, and we get just a shot of the actual like terminal, and like you can see the lava on the terminal kind of raising up, and it was just a little detail that I really liked.
Yeah, and also like it shows that it's like pretty fast.
Yeah.
And then right before like Mythbrawl turns to Grief like while they're running, and he's like, "How much time do we have?" And Grief's like, 10 minutes most. So it's like, oh, that is rising really fast. Like if you think about like, in a shaft like that, I mean, that's probably like, I don't know, looks like well over 100 feet.
Yeah.
And for it to rise that fast, I mean, it must be moving.
Right. Especially like lava is like slow typically.
Yeah, right.
And then they start fighting. They of course run into more and more stormtroopers. I don't have anything till they actually get to the terminal with the officers.
That's all I got. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they walk in and you see these two officers and they're like, "We've got to delete everything." And then our guys run in and they're like, "Just destroy it." And one guy starts just shooting this terminal. He shoots it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Whatever's on there, they did not want them to know.
Yeah. Well, and like I like how it's choreographed because obviously like they have to fail for the information to get out.
Right.
But one thing that kind of frustrated me a little bit is that like Din, who's an expert, Kara, who's an expert, Grief, who's an expert, are all shooting at these guys. And you let this guy who's only like 30 feet away shoot a computer right. 4 times before you finally hit him? Like, come on.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
for this story, I get it. Yeah.
No, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
I was like, dude, I could do that. Like, come on.
Yeah. These two guys without any armor at all lasted longer than any of the stormtroopers.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's kind of crazy. But I mean, again, had to happen. But yeah. And then they find the clones in the vats.
Oh, yeah.
And the clones look like someone we know.
Some person. Who could it be?
From a specific movie.
You've lost me. I'm sorry.
They look like Snoke.
Were they Snoke clones?
They look like him. Well, I mean, you can't really tell. Like the face is hidden, but like they, like it's a bald head and like it's like a skinny body, like all like kind of jumbled up. So it looks Snokish, maybe.
I'm gonna have to look at this again.
I mean, I guess too, it could pass for like a really early, shrivelly, dehydrated version of Palpatine, maybe, but it looks more Snoky, I think, than Palpatine.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, they're clones.
They are clones. And then we get a hologram message of our boy, the scientist, who we all love. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Is it Pershing? Yeah, it is Pershing.
I think it's Pershing, yeah.
And he is reporting that they've virtually exhausted all of the blood samples that they were given with the experiments. And he just calls them experiments. But with the clones in the background, you can kind of assume that he's talking about that they've been trying to clone something using blood. And he says, like, without access to the donor, we can't experiment more. And then later he rephrases it as, I need access to the child. And then that's when we realize that he's talking about Grogu. And so therefore he's talking about, when he says too, like, you won't find another specimen with a higher M count. And he's referencing midichlorians. And that they're trying to do force-sensitive clones is the experiment that they're doing. And then he ends it with, like, without access to the child, I can't get more blood. I can't do more experiments. I will not fail you again, Moff Gideon. And then I love this part. Moff Gideon's theme starts playing. That like panicked violin music, and it's like real high pitch.
Yeah.
And then Mando just says, Moff Gideon's alive. And then the hologram ends. And that's it. Oh. And then like stormtroopers start coming in, they're getting shot at. And so then they have to just book it out of there.
No time to emotionally process at all.
Yeah, that was wild.
No, so I was watching this episode kind of in the background as I was doing some other audio work for our other podcast, and so I knew there were clones like tubes. I just kind of assumed they were Gideon, because he's trying to make clones of himself later on. But yeah, looking at it now, that's a shrivelly little baby man. That's definitely Snoke Palpatine.
He looks more Snokey to me, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shrivelly little baby man. Just the way you said that.
It is a shrivelly little baby man.
I just like the way you said that. Oh, we're having a good time today. I like it.
For sure. I don't know. Again, we've talked about how Star Wars just won't let anyone die and stay dead. We kind of talked about this before, but so bringing in our I think our tournament episode is when we talked about this last, so I won't talk about it too long. But
Yeah.
I was a little miffed when I originally heard that Moff Gideon was back.
Well,
But then, now that we have seasons 1, 2, and 3, and we see that he kind of plays the overarching antagonist for the entire series, I really like how they handled it.
yeah, and I was gonna say too, like what you may have forgot is that we did already know that he was alive.
Oh right,
This was a
you're
case
right.
of the type of irony, and like when the audience knows but the characters don't know.
That's
Yeah,
season 1 ends with him cutting himself out
with the
of
dark saber of the TIE fighter.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yes, that's what I was gonna just point that out. That we did at this point.
No.
We knew that he was alive.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I completely spaced.
No, you're good. I forget stuff all the time.
Anything till they get. Oh, right. Okay. So at this point, they attacked, but they decide to split up because Din realizes, hey, Grogu's in danger, and I've abandoned him.
Yep. And so he just jetpacks on out of there. But I do like to, just imagine being a stormtrooper and you're standing on top of this base and you're getting radio calls, right? Of what you're supposed to do, what the plan is. And then just out of nowhere, you just get shot in the head as this guy just comes from underneath you and just boom, boom, as he's flying away. And that's what happens to two stormtroopers immediately. It's just man, that sucks.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things about Beskar is the fact that we can show our heroes getting hit without killing them.
Oh yeah, I mean he gets hit probably 4 times while he's flying out of there. Yeah.
And I love that there's kind of he kind of backs there's a reaction to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just shows that not all stormtroopers are bad.
They're trying their best.
What are they supposed to do when their bullets literally can't penetrate the guy's armor?
Get good.
Get good, honestly. Aim for the neck. Yeah, I don't have anything till the rest of the group makes it outside.
Yeah, me neither.
So this is my next note after Imperial Brace. It is truck.
Truck. I'll just say right before that is so they run to the supply crates and they're taking cover and these stormtroopers are shooting at them and Mithral just goes, "We're trapped," and then and Kara's like, "Wait, I have an idea," and then she sees the truck, as you call it,
Truck.
because Elijah liked truck.
Elijah like truck.
And she starts that bad boy up, and then she tries to head for the gate. Wait, no, I'm sorry. She doesn't do the gate yet. She opens the door, and she's like, "What are you guys waiting for? An invitation? Come on!" And then they sprint over, and then she tries for the gate first. The gate's shutting, and then she just flips a wheelie. Not a wheelie, a donut really fast. And then proceeds to fly it directly at stormtroopers and off the edge of the base.
Hell yeah. This is the way.
It's beautiful. Yep. And then where did they land? Mithral Speeder. which really cracked me up. and then you just hear him in the background. Like, you can't see his face or anything, but you just hear like, "Was that my speeder?" Like from the back of the. That's so funny.
It's not been his day, but at least he got 130 years off his sentence.
That's true. I mean, I'd say that is much better than a kick in the shorts. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. What was the threat? They also told him if he didn't do it, they'd make him walk home too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Through the lava fields.
Yeah. Again, they don't want him there.
I kind of got it a little bit, but I didn't realize just how much they hate this man and how much of a weenie he is until you started pointing it out.
He's such a loser, but I think it's funny.
Not everyone can be a hero.
It's true. It's true.
We need weenies in Star Wars.
It is true. I do appreciate it. That's why I found it so funny. But also, scout troopers chase them on speeder bikes. That's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm. And they will never have a chance to be sick again because they die.
Oh, and most of them get absolutely destroyed. Like one of them specifically, he and his friend try to go around the truck, and then like the one guy, he's like right beside the truck thing, and Kara just rams him into the wall. Just crushes him immediately. Like the last thing you see is like, you can't see his face, but you just see him like look like with his hands, he looks terrified, and then he just gets slammed into the wall, and then he just blows up.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, he's about to throw a thermal detonator down there, and then Grief turns the guns around and sees him and just.
Yeah, just a direct shot with this thing that can take out TIE fighters.
Yep, and then you just see his helmet roll to the ground.
Yeah.
Yep. He gone.
Yeah. I literally wrote, "What a way to die."
Yeah. Yep. I mean, the good news is it was fast.
It was fast.
Yep.
For sure. I love that Grief and Kara are just complaining about each other during this action sequence. Like, he's complaining that she's not going fast enough, and she's complaining that he's not shooting good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I love his line of like, "Well, you're welcome to come back here and try it."
Right?
Yeah, that just cracks me up.
I just really like their dynamic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do too. Like just almost like old married couple, like cracks me up. There's bickering. I think it's funny.
And then, so the TIE fighters are attacking. We do get to see the base start to explode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do. Oh, also, too, with these TIE fighters, they're the, quick little note, they're like those, we've been calling them, like, the Gen 2s. Where, the wings fold, and, they unfold, and these guys get after it.
They got the fancy ones.
That's right.
And then Grief's able to take one out, but it also takes out their guns as it crashes almost on top of them.
Yep.
And then we get to see the beautiful Razor Crest come save the day.
Yeah, and also, too, this is probably my favorite dogfight in all of Star Wars.
In all of Star Wars. Interesting.
Probably. Like, and I mean specifically a dogfight. So, that's just starfighter to starfighter combat. But yeah. Yeah, because, just the way that, like, the TIE fighter's running away from him, and he chases him up into the sky, waits until, like, he's at, like, the climax of, like, about as high up as they can get before they get out of the atmosphere, shoots him, and then proceeds to kill the engines, do a backflip, and then hit the engines at full throttle at the other guy while he's spinning to make the guy miss, and then he waits to the last second and shoots that guy, blows it up, flies through the explosion. See you later.
Hell
beautiful.
Yeah. Hell yeah. For sure.
Like, that is so cool. Yeah. That's me if I was good at Star Wars Squadrons, but I'm not. That gets done to me. I'm the TIE fighter in that scenario.
I believe in you. I know you'll get there. During the dogfight, we do get a shot of them inside, and we see that Grogu's safe. Din was able to find him. But what did he do? He stole the kids' cookies.
I know, it cracks me up.
He didn't even leave them. Like,
oh, it cracks me up. Also, I do like, too, that, like, did you see Grogu, like, as soon as Din hits the throttle to, like, start chasing the guy up, Grogu just giggles. That's it.
Yep.
like they've done this probably a million times.
Yeah. And I know at some point he throws up too.
Oh, that's at the end. They blow up the other guy after, like, they were spinning around a lot.
Yeah.
And then just, like, Grogu just... And also I love how he just throws up exactly like a baby would. Like, he doesn't gag, nothing. He just spits up immediately. Like, just like a baby.
Yep.
Crack me up.
But he's a 50-year-old man, and he stole cookies from a kid who's probably poor.
Stupid little baby.
Stupid little baby man.
Yeah. But also, too, that did also give me Guardians of the Galaxy energy as well.
Yeah.
That he just throws up immediately as soon as they stop spinning. Yeah. It's funny.
Well, I don't have anything till they, like, the conclusion. Just kind of they're all talking at the end.
It's kind of where I'm at, too.
Gotcha. We see that Din and Grief do a little tradesies, a fixed ship for a blown up Imperial base.
Yep.
I feel like Grief maybe got a little more out of that deal, just being honest.
Well, you know, I'm sure Mando's fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his home back.
Yep.
His beautiful home that nothing bad will ever happen to, ever.
Nope.
Nope.
Especially not in the next couple episodes.
Yeah. No, so we're going to see it till the end of time.
Yep. I really liked it in season 3. How about you?
Oh, yeah. The paint job it got, my favorite, honestly.
Yeah, it was sweet, dude.
No, I did write. It's really nice to see that the Razor Crest is fixed.
For now.
You know, really glad that Din went through all that to get it fixed.
For now.
You know, so that we could have it worked and fixing in season 3.
Yeah.
Fixed and working.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing's gonna happen to it.
We get to see Carson.
Yep.
And he specifically mentions the Razor Crest, and I love how Greef's like, your technology's bad. It can't sense anything pre-Imperial.
He's like, nah, no way. I've never seen a Razor Crest in my life. Nah. All those old ships look the same. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. We also get a confirmation later that Kara is from Alderaan.
Yep. And this is also during when they are teasing
Rangers of the New Republic.
Yep.
Nothing bad happens to that either.
Nope, it comes out next week.
Exactly.
Yep.
I feel bad now. It's not coming out next week.
Yeah, we are lying.
we're little liar babies.
we're lying
Pants on fire.
for humor's sake, but
no, I feel like that added a lot of depth to her character, knowing that that's where she was from, and you know, probably everyone she loved and cared for is dead.
That's exactly what she says. Carson said, "Did you lose anyone?" She just goes, "I lost everyone."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean her planet blew up. R.I.P.
But you know what? They blew up the Death Star 1 and 2, baby. Got their revenge.
That's right. Well, and also we learned too that Carson flew during. He said he flew during Alderaan.
Yeah.
So that would mean he flew during A New Hope, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I feel like some fan is going to just point out a random background character and be like, oh, that was Carson.
And,
there he is.
And then also, too, George Lucas is going to be like, yep, you're right. You're totally right.
That was the plan all along.
I designed that for sure.
Just like Rex in the Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
Yep. Yeah, he's just like, I like your spunk, kid. Yep, you're right. That's exactly what it is.
One of my favorite details from this episode is we get to see the girl from season 3 that terrorizes the Doctor. I didn't realize she showed up in the series so soon.
Yeah, she's an ISB agent who works directly for Moff Gideon.
Yeah, it was just a really cool detail. Like I let out an actual gasp. I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
sick!"
Yeah.
We get them talking. The Razor Crest has a tracker on it.
Yep.
Very Imperial.
Very Imperial. Also, soon as she enters the room, we see Moff Gideon in like a very like Vader looking cape, which kind of I thought was interesting. Is like he's just really taking this I'm going to restore the Empire thing very seriously.
Yes, for sure.
Yep.
Is that his Beskar armor from season 3 that he's wearing?
I didn't think it was.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure because it's very like shiny metallic.
To me, it looked
But
more
I
like
wasn't
his
sure.
like the armor that the Dark Troopers have.
Yeah.
And like he just made them. Like this is like their first on-screen appearance. So
Right. I was actually thinking of the same thing because it is blaster resistant to an extent, but definitely not Beskar levels.
well, yeah, because it can't resist a lightsaber.
Yeah, it gets a little slashed up.
Yep.
But no, I was really cool getting to see the Dark Troopers here. Definitely made me hyped for the finale.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to talk about that.
And that's all I have for this episode. Did you have anything else, my friend?
That's all I got.
Hell yeah. We did it.
We did it.
We're officially halfway through the Mandalorian series right now.
My man. It only took us like 3 years.
Only took us 3 years. Hell yeah.
We are getting there.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. If you want to be a part of this conversation, you can email us at animalsquadron@gmail.com. Again, that is animalsquadron@gmail.com. If you're listening somewhere where you could leave us a review, that would help. We would really appreciate that. Good or bad, it helps the podcast out. And if you're listening on Spotify, the question of the week will just be what your thoughts on episode 12 of The Mandalorian is.
I think also one of the questions should be, was Grogu being a stupid little baby in this episode?
Yeah, actually, that's the. I'm gonna do a poll. I'll do a poll with that one. I love that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. For the Animal Squadron, this has been Mother Goose.
And Lowtech Tug.
Goodbye, everybody.
Adios.